Welcome to Anthony's Outdoors, where we bring the outdoors to you. In this episode, we're going to talk about my recent shooting trip with the 338 Remington Ultra Mag, my load development, and some of the anomalies that I saw in my results. Now, the first rounds that I fired through this new setup rifle was 98 grains of RL-33. And here's where the interesting stuff started right off the bat. My velocity was 2820 with an extreme spread of 18. Not bad, right? I mean, that's excellent velocity for this cartridge, and the extreme spread is a touch high for what I like. I like to keep it around 10, but I had nothing to complain about. And for sighting in, I had a really good group going on. Now, after that, I bumped my charges up to 98.7 and fired away. And I was a little miffed that, hey, my velocity was at 2825. It only went up 5 feet per second, and my extreme spread also went up to 21. I said, well, we're here, let's keep going. So I kept shooting. My next 5 rounds, my average dropped down to 2818, and my extreme spread went up. So now I'm thinking, oh boy, did I mix my loads up? Do I have them reversed? And I said, well, let's just keep going. And so I got to my published max. Now we were talking here. I hit a velocity of 28.26, an extreme spread of 13, and was the tightest group of the bunch. And I was pretty pleased with that. But I had no pressure signs, so I said, let's keep going. Let's keep working up. Let's max this thing out, right? Just so we can know where we're at. 99.6, I only went up 10 feet per second, but my extreme spread more than doubled to 31. And that's unacceptable in my opinion, especially for long-range shooting. If you got an AR and you're plinking 31 feet per second, extreme spread is nothing. But if you're doing precision shooting on sub-MOA targets out to 1,000 yards and beyond, that ain't going to cut it. So, went up to 99.9. My ammunition jumped another 10 feet per second to 28.45, and my extreme spread dropped a little bit down to 24. This is where I wanted to be. I wanted to get my velocity around 2850 with this load. I did not have any pressure signs, even though we thought what we saw were pressure signs in the previous video. They weren't. We went through all the brass and checked all the loads for ejector marks, and on this Remington 700 Action that I had built by GA Precision, the very first sign I get of pressure signs in this rifle is an ejector swipe or a half moon circle. You'll get a shiny half moon circle on the rim of the case. That's how I know I'm hitting pressure. Had no issues at 99.9 grains, and everything started to look good. I was done shooting for the day, and I looked back at this data and I said, wait a minute here. And I started thinking about the processes that I went through while I was setting up for filming. My 98 grain load had a really great velocity and a good ES, but here's what happened. I had loaded this magazine with the 98 grains, and I had it setting next to the rifle in the sun while I set up my camera on the tripod and was getting focused in for the shot for the video. I have a feeling that this is not the correct muzzle velocity for the ambient air temperature we were experiencing. My ammunition temperature was probably much higher than this. It was probably 80 degrees or more. So I'm thinking that's why we have this kind of velocity for 98 grains. So my plan for this rifle and this load is to go back, and I'm going to reload another 5 rounds of 98 grains. And I'm going to verify that this is the true velocity. If it is, I might call it quits right there and just stick with this. If it's not, if this velocity drops off quite a bit, then we're going to go back to what my original load that I had kind of selected, which was 99.3, and we're going to play around with that a little bit more. I also do want to load another 3 sets of 5 rounds in 3/10 increments going up. We'll see if we develop any pressure signs. Now, I don't recommend everybody do this. I haven't had any pressure signs here yet, so therefore I want to test this rifle out and see where my pressure signs start hitting and then back off from there. Because who knows, I might find a really good accuracy node just a couple grain, couple tenths of a grain up from this. So we'll see. Again, just wanted to bring you guys back and show you the load development because I didn't do a real good job in the last video. So I know this probably isn't that exciting for most people, but for you ammunition junkies out there and you reloaders, you precision long-range shooters, this is good stuff, and I hope it was of benefit to you. So if you like what you saw in this video, please hit that like button. Comment down below on any anomalies you've ever seen in your reloading situations, and please hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.